Taurus, let's start with your reading. Today, we are going to look into the energies around you and how they are going to evolve in the near future. So, let's start with your reading. Okay. All right, Taurus, it's time. It's time to make a decision. This is not something that you can postpone any longer. Even if perhaps you feel that you're not ready, I see both with the Seven of Cups opening the reading, but also with the Two of Swords closing the reading later, a choice, a very important choice that at this point needs to be made. Seeing cups as the main element of this choice, it really tells me that this is something which is very emotional for you. And whenever you are driven by emotions, often your vision and understanding can become very blurry, especially for a Taurus. You do not want to focus on things and people who threaten your stability. And right here, you feel that just by thinking, even just by thinking about this situation, you are focusing on something that could jeopardize your foundation. This is almost like you focusing on some sort of dark memories, as if this choice relates to a situation that still hurts. This might have been a situation that turned out to be maybe a major illusion, a fantasy, a dream that at some point you woke up from, realizing that nothing you have felt and built in the dream was actually real. And that is a cold shower, or better, a rude awakening. But at the same time, it's part of life. And right now, we clearly see that you're about to go through a major transformation. I know that changes are not something that Taurus people are crazy about. And I am an earth sign as well, so trust me, I completely understand that. But if you will keep postponing this one, showing up as death rebirth, it will just keep growing more powerful every single day. A cycle right here is coming to an end, not randomly. This is in fact happening because a new cycle has to start for you. A new beginning, which will perhaps change everything for you. This is a beginning that has been waiting now for a long time. Whether it is just a new chapter that the universe is trying to onboard you onto, or someone new who's trying to be in your life and you are rejecting that because you're still looking into the past. Overall, here we have something that has to happen. What I see here is that this is really much the fear of the state change. It's like when you're trying to jump into the water, into the ocean, and you are resisting it because you know that the water is cold. But you also know that once you're in it, your body will adjust and you will be fine. And so what that tells us is that the real fear is about the state change, even the anticipation of it, and that the overall unknown is something that is always pulling us back from transformations and changes. The advice is to ride this wave because it's a really promising one. It's really promising to be very positive for you, a positive change, whether you know it or not. Now, what we see next is something very interesting actually. This hangman energy, I have to be honest, I don't think that this is you, although it could be. But my first gut instinct is that this is someone who is waiting for something, someone who is waiting on you, waiting for some sort of communication from you, hoping maybe that you're going to reach out, send a message, and not just any message, but one where maybe you're going to open up your heart for the first time or once again. This is someone who's hoping to hear that you're missing them, someone who's actually missing you, and who's hoping that that feeling is mutual. With the hangman, you don't only have someone who is waiting, but you also have someone who is sacrificing other opportunities in order to wait on this one, living in the fear of missing out on it. It's almost like this person would never leave their home, thinking that they might miss out on a important delivery. And so they find themselves stuck into those four walls for way longer than they should be. And this is something that you want to take in consideration whenever you think about the choice that you have to make. But obviously, with the Seven of Swords and the Sun, I definitely see you once again. These cards are talking about you. And I can see here that deep down, you know that a chapter is not over yet. Right now, you have this major emotional wall created by you because you think that you cannot afford to be distracted by drama and dark thoughts that make you feel overall unstable. What I see is that someone in the past has definitely made the wrong choice. Someone has taken a shortcut. We might be looking into a third-party situation or overall something that brought you a lot of pain. Obviously, you decided that it was time to walk away from this, wanting to heal. And right now, even thinking to reconsider this chapter of your life, it's like picking at a scab so that it can heal. It just doesn't make sense. But this is not about logic, unfortunately. Your heart and subconscious are still taking you there for some obscure reason, a reason that you need to figure out with this upcoming choice, which obviously you're trying to delay. And I understand why, with all this confusion, not knowing what's coming next. But what I also see here with the Sun is telling us that all you want to focus on are good thoughts, nothing that could jeopardize your spirit and your foundation, your stability. But in this context, right next to the Seven of Swords, the Sun is telling me that maybe you are forcing yourself into this character. Someone happy, someone who doesn't have any regrets, someone who has never been hurt before, someone who doesn't have any unresolved issues. In other words, what I see right here, Taurus, is perhaps a little bit of denial, which is fine at first. You can use it as a tool to help you moving on from a painful situation. But eventually, when you have recharged your batteries and you feel better, you need to go back to it and process the situation in a way that it's going to give you some closure. That is absolutely important. Closure, solving issues, is fundamental for the future energies, whether they relate to this previous situation or not. Now, this, by the way, has nothing to do with what's coming up ahead. This here is an external event which will really put you in front of a decision. And at that point, your actions will break or make the outcome. But what we see right here is your preparation before this. And once this comes into your environment, you'll have to be ready. Now, Next, in fact, we have the High Priestess and the Two of Swords. And I can tell that for some of you out there, this is not new information. In fact, with the High Priestess right here, you knew that something was happening underneath the surface. You knew that something was about to come up eventually. You just didn't fully know what that was going to be and what type of impact it was going to have on you. But keep in mind that the High Priestess talks about unexpectedly falling in love, or someone unexpectedly falling in love with you, or even falling back in love. It talks about two people coming together, whether it is through reconciliation or meeting up for the first time, and realizing that they were made for each other. We'll have to see if this person coming up here is the one from the past or someone new, but regardless, what you have here is a major choice, which is going to impact this beautiful opportunity, together with impacting the next few years for you. As we were saying earlier, Taurus, do not underestimate closure. Don't underestimate unresolved issues. These are very little and quiet elements that work underneath the surface, but that after years and years of denial are going to impact our happiness in a very irreparable way. In fact, keep in mind that with the Two of Swords, if you don't make this choice, someone else will make it for you. This card could be talking about you not letting someone know that you're interested, or letting them know that you're thinking about them. This is, with the Two of Swords, is feeling like something is missing and you don't know what it is, since you refuse to look beneath the surface where maybe some of that dark energy lies. There is a compromise that you have to make here, and at first it will be very confusing because of the unknown, but with the High Priestess, all you have to do is follow your intuition. And keep in mind that the confusion and the fear comes from that state change. But once you're in it, it will feel like fresh water on your skin, like a beautiful and very much needed change. It will feel like a brand new beginning, and something that, instead of being scary and hard, it's going to be beautiful and make you happy, taking you to a whole different level. What I do see here is definitely a lot of beautiful things coming towards you, but there is this issue right here that we have to address, and we have to make sure that you know how to solve it before this opportunity will come to you. This will be quick, and you will have to be ready to take it as soon as possible to grab that opportunity and make it grow into a beautiful outcome that you, Taurus, absolutely deserve. And so let's look into the details now. We have seen how the situation has been up to this point, how it is right now. Let's see what you should expect in the near future. What's coming up for you, which will put you in front of this decision, and how this decision is going to impact the years to come for you. Let's see what's coming up and how it's going to evolve both in the near and distant future. If you want to dive deeper into the messages, Taurus, just follow me in the extended reading link below in the description box. Also, don't forget that every single week, I randomly select viewers who have watched the extended video to offer them a free personal 30-minute reading. I send out emails to confirm every Monday morning. Make sure to check out your spam folder as well. Now, stay tuned for the extended preview coming right up after this. All right, Taurus, look at the bridging energy taking us from the current situation to the future situation. Right here, we see something absolutely beautiful. With the Nine of Cups, honestly, you see a complete transformation into your environment. And this transformation really much reflects what you were wishing for. The Nine of Cups talks about wishes coming true. for you, for the other person. There is something right here that is just going to fall into place, and it's going to be great. It's going to feel good, and it's going to change your environment completely. So let's see what this is going to be. I want to see what you should expect in the near future from this person. This is someone who perhaps has been waiting on you for a long time. Whether it is the person from the past or someone new, this person has had their eyes on you for a while now. So let's see what this Two of Swords is going to be about. Let's see what that choice is going to be and how you should approach it in order to make it successful both in the near and distant future. Let's clarify that Two of Swords and see what you have coming up. Wow, look at these cards. Look at the fire that they're bringing to you. And here we have it. That transformation, death, rebirth. This is truly beautiful for you, Taurus. And I know for sure that this is going to make you very, very happy. First of all, what we see right next